Success or failure? How small disciplines make all the difference. Morning, everyone. My name is Henry Chidgey, and welcome to my Wednesday morning memo. I hope you're all starting your day on a positive note. Today, I want to talk about a lesson that has stuck with me for decades. A simple yet profound concept I learned from my first virtual mentor, Jim Rohn. Jim's insight completely transformed how I understood success and failure. It's a lesson I apply to my life, my work, and even how I approach challenges each day. So here's what Jim taught me. He said, success is nothing more than a few small disciplines practiced every day, while failure is simply a few errors in judgment repeated daily. Now let me say that again. Success is nothing more than a few small disciplines practiced every day. And failure is simply a few errors in judgment repeated daily. At first, when I heard this, I thought, wow, could it really be that simple? But as I've applied this wisdom in my life, it became clear just how powerful this idea really is. Let's break it down a bit, because sometimes in the hustle and bustle of life, we might overlook the small actions and habits that really add up over time. Think about it. What are those small disciplines Jim was talking about? They could be anything. Daily habits, consistent routines, or even small acts of kindness and taking responsibility. Maybe it's as simple as committing to reading a few pages of a book each day, setting aside a few minutes to plan tomorrow's task, or practicing gratitude. They don't need to be grand, time-consuming actions. It's more about the consistency than the scale. Over time, these small disciplines become part of who we are. They define our character and set the foundation for achieving our bigger goals. Now, let's flip that around and talk about errors in judgment. Jim described failure as a few errors in judgment repeated daily. It's easy to dismiss this. An error in judgment here or there doesn't seem like it would make much of a difference, right? But if we repeat those small missteps every day over time, they create habits just as powerful as our small disciplines. They might be things like skipping on follow-ups, neglecting personal growth, or even letting negative self-talk shape our mindset. Over time, they add up. So it's not a single moment of judgment, but a pattern that gradually pushes us off course. I find this idea incredibly empowering because it shows us and shows me that we are in control of ourselves. We have that opportunity to control ourselves, and we're the only one that can do that. That is self-leadership. Success or failure doesn't come as a surprise or by luck. It's built over time by our small choices, our repeated actions, and our daily focus. I think this approach is especially relevant in today's world, where we're often flooded with distractions, big goals, and sometimes unrealistic expectations. It's easy to feel overwhelmed or even discouraged by how much we want to achieve versus how much time we have in a day. But when we look at success and failure through this lens, we realize it's not about giant leaps. It's about the steps we take every day. One of the small disciplines I apply in my life is setting daily intentions. Each morning, I take a few minutes to think about one or two things I really want to focus on for that day, things that will move me closer to my long-term goals. It could be dedicating time to my team, improving a relationship, or even focusing on my own health and well-being. I found that when I'm intentional about these small actions, I feel more accomplished and much more in control. Jim's words also remind us to forgive ourselves for small setbacks. None of us are perfect. We all make errors in judgment every now and then. The key is to recognize them early and course correct. It's not about never making mistakes. It's about not letting them become our habits, not repeating them, So as you go about your day today and in the days to come, keep this idea in mind. Think about what small disciplines you can practice daily. They don't have to be big or time-consuming, but they should be intentional. They should align with who you want to become and the goals you're working toward. And if you notice an error in judgment creeping in, whether it's procrastination, negativity, or neglecting something important, acknowledge it and find a way to turn it around. Small actions, both positive and negative, have a ripple effect. And it's up to us to decide what kind of effect we want to create in our lives. Thank you for joining me in today's Wednesday morning memo. I'd love to hear what you think about this concept and how small disciplines or habits have shaped your own journey. Please share your thoughts in the comments. And if you found this helpful, share it with someone who might benefit from a reminder about the power of small daily choices. Share it now. This idea, if embraced, will have a huge positive impact. Take care, stay disciplined, and I look forward to connecting with you all again next week.